So eventually we found the hidden village of Galboly, and it certainly is hidden, tucked in amongst a few little hillocks beneath the mountains in what is an absolutely picturesque little location. Stunning views right out over to the sea, the rest of the mainland heading on up towards Ballycastle. But you've probably passed this place a million times if you've driven along the coast road on your way up. And it's not signposted, you would never know it was here unless you did a wee bit of research. So it was a bit of a trek to get here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down and explore the buildings, have a little look around. But what a stunning location. And when I show you a different perspective, you can see the backdrop of the mountains and the cliffs behind it. Galboly, I eventually found it. And not only did I find the hidden village of Galboly, but I found the local historian. What are the chances of that? How are you, sir?
I'm very well. I suppose it's fortunate, isn't it, that me and my family group decided to take a walk in this direction, just like yourself.
Very much so. And what is your name? And you are in the local Glens of Antrim?
Yeah, my name is Donnell O'Loan, and I've been a member of the Glens of Antrim Historical Society for a long time, and it so happens I'm the editor of their journal.
My goodness.
The
So
Glens.
you would know a wee bit about the history of here.
I know a certain amount, yes, absolutely, yeah.
Well, tell me this: is there any descendants alive living that you know of round about this area, Waterfoot or?
Yeah, well, as you can see, there's nobody lives here in it, and what would have been a clachan, of course. A clachan was a little group of houses, and they farmed the land around it, but it's still in the same ownership of the same family. Right. And the gentleman who farms it lives not too far away, just a few miles away over towards Waterfoot.
My goodness.
He's a sheep farmer.
This wee settlement here, are we talking the end of the 19th century before they decided, or when they were up and running? But up until what date in modern times did they leave it?
Yeah, well, you're talking about certainly the end of the 19th century, and there's some well-known photographs. For example, the W.A. Green photographs, yes. And he was taking photographs around the 1890s and into the early 1900s. Yes. And there's one pretty well-known photograph of an elderly woman with her spinning wheel in front of one of these houses. Mm. Of course, Green set his photographs up, but nevertheless, it's realistic. That's what was happening.
Absolutely. So you're just up for a little dander here, basically.
Well, it was a beautiful day, yeah. So we just came up just to take in the atmosphere, which is beautiful, you know. And then we climbed a little bit further on up, and the higher up you get the beautiful views down into the village, and you can see the layout of it. And also, of course, the coastline and the sea and the Mull of Kintyre just 20 miles away in the distance.
Of course, it was a very hard lifestyle here in the period. No electric, no water. What did they do for water?
Well, there is a water supply coming down from the hills, and that's, of course, that would be most important, you know, because you couldn't set up a little village really unless there was a water supply.
And what about heating their homes in the winter? Because I don't see an awful lot of forest or woods.
No.
Is there peat nearby?
Well, they would. There are places certainly up on the top here, on the top of the Garron plateau. There is bogland, and that would be one of the things they had to do in May. Would be out to cut the turf
for the winter
and take it down the slope. And of course, they didn't use a horse and cart. They used a piece of equipment called a slipe, which, if you can think of it as a cart without wheels, which but had runners,
so that it could, type thing.
Yes, a sledge type thing, so that could be taken, the turf could be taken down from there, and that's the fuel. Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Thanks very much for that.
Okay.
Pleasure.
A few little bits and pieces.
Pleasure to meet you. Yeah.
Okay.
first house down the Loan.
Aye, the one down the road. Yeah. He got to see.
Oh yeah, the first one coming in the lane there, yeah.
Aye, that's when he.
Yeah,
the one
yeah.
Bob Loud.
And up until what time would he have been living there?
Him and this chap you were up for about a year.
Mm.
That'd be I would think Bob would here to 1970, 70 or 71.
Amazing. Do you know any surviving relatives of any of the people who have lived here?
For people that lived here,
Mm.
probably do.
Right. And why did they leave in the end? Is it,
Why did they leave?
yeah,
The biggest problem here would be water.
right. Even with the natural source, well, I suppose there's not much of a source coming down off the mountain there.
Where was it
Yeah,
when the people was here? That's when he knew.
that's new, that's for the sheep and for the, yeah.
That water come down there now. It's all going to feed them houses over there.
That's the lower Galboly.
That's Galboly lowers.
Yeah.
And the people here, I don't know any people lived there, but my mother was born in that house.
This one here.
Aye.
So you would have memories as a child then, obviously?
No.
No.
How would I have memories as a child? Nobody had memories as a child. How would have memories as a child? I was according to what your memories of you're looking for.
Right, got you. Understand. Fair point, yes. So would you have at any stage met brother, can't remember, Pedron?
Aye, I met Pedro.
You met him? Yeah. What sort of a man was he?
Huh?
What sort of a man was he?
He was a man something like yourself. Asking questions all the time. and wild for news.
That's amazing. Like I just don't understand why people would leave here. You know. Yeah. Well, you said it was because of the water. You know.
Oh,
how did they get their water?
What?
How did they get their water?
And the thing they called, well, they called it a bucket. That the case for we were in the middle of the bray there, and in the summertime that would dry up. They had to know the water down the Loan there, where you used to come in at the bottom.
Yes.
They had to carry the water from there up.
Right.
So they would.
That would have been canny enough hard to do.
Well, they were used to it and they had to do it all the time.
What about in winter? I would say winter's up here.
When they were about.
Yeah. Winter would have been harsh enough up here, I would say. What do they do? There's not an awful lot of trees around, you know, for firewood. Where would they've got their
firewood out?
Their supplies from for heating
their supply of firewood.
Yeah.
They'd have to go out into the trees.
Hmm. Is there no turf cutting around here?
Oh, well, but that's not wood.
Aye, but
but you can't cut down those fairy trees, can you?
Oh God, no.
All right, you don't cut many of them.
Does that not disturb the little people underneath? No.
You might, but you don't cut many of them. Then you see.
All right. The secret is just to cut a little bit at a time.
No, if you cut one, they'll get you, and you'll not be cutting.
It's like the mice after the cheese. It's the second mouse gets the cheese.
Right. By hook or by crook, they'll get you anyhow.
By hook or by crook, they'll get you.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Is there many stories or tales of the Fae up here? Just as you mentioned them.
Bob there wouldn't allow you to. Bob told me at the time that I was doomed.
You cut the fairy tree down, did you?
Or must cut a branch apple for something. Somebody's over it over there. The things he must be, and then somebody's like just went over to one of the trees and tore a big branch apple and threw it into the slab to keep them out. And he said that.
And did your milk go sour after that?
I couldn't tell you. I didn't know nothing about it. It seemed to do all right for me. And I thought it was 19 or 29, but I'm told maybe 1932 or 33.
Yeah, who was that? Sorry, your granddad?
Grandad Kinney.
Grandad Kinney.
And this was Grandad O'Boyle that lived here.
Grandad O'Boyle?
Oh,
yeah.
Grandad James O'Boyle.
Yeah.
He owned that. And he inherited that place from his great uncles, which were blacks. You haven't that thing still going, hey? You said you quit it. You're under false pretenses now.
That's me doomed now.
The If the little people don't get you, Liam will.
Oh, I have every utmost respect for fairy trees and the fae and all those, I suppose folklore you would call it, would you?
Absolutely,
You know,
yeah.
and that sort of a thing. But yeah, right, I'm definitely going this time though. And I not shake my hand. I know why you're not shaking my hand. COVID. You don't want to give me COVID.
Well, I wouldn't mind giving you it, but I don't have it. But I know the only way if you have it to get rid of it is to give it to somebody else. There's no other way of getting rid of it. You know.
Tell us this.
Like to give it to somebody.
Have you had the jabs?
Oh, I had one of them.
What did you say? I was having
Yeah, we've had one.
one each, yeah.
See, we're not like you. We weren't in the island of age bracket.
Oh dear.
Us younger chaps, you know, only has to wait our turn.
Ah, that's it. It's nice meeting you too, so it is, you know. You're just up for a dander as well,
Your
yeah.
grandfather then on your mother's side.
Yeah, last week we're back
Here.
again. So.
Yeah, aye. And then on your father's side,
Aye.
on this side, yeah.
Aye.
Okay. That's interesting. And what age was your mum when she died then? Liam? Your parents, and what age were they?
When they died, he's at it again, but
We're not together in this, by the way.
Give him that fiver.
Not conspiracy.
But he's at his work here. My mother was 86 when she died.
Right. And she had lived here all her life?
No,
then?
no.
No, she hadn't.
Oh,
Okay. All right.
She left here when she was a wee year.
Ah, yes.
So she did. If you're in the shade, does that thing work all right?
Absolutely amazing. Really nice to meet you, Liam. You just never know who you meet when you go up for a dinner. Especially not the owner who've lived here and whatnot, you know, when you go to the hidden village, I tell you, it's well hidden. It's well hidden. I had trouble finding it yesterday.
Right. There's someone I'm going to tell you. No.
Don't come back.
No. You haven't found the hidden village as yet.
Oh.
You're not in it.
Oh.
You're not.
This could be interesting.
Yeah.
This could be interesting. We're all here under false pretense then, struggling to get up that hill just to get here, and it's not even the one we're looking for.
That's not the one you're looking for at all. This is not the hidden village.
You're having us on, Liam?
No.
Really?
This is Galboly Upper.
This is Galboly Upper,
Yes.
where all the posh people live.
Aye. Galboly Upper, that's Galboly Lower. Down there.
Right.
Your hidden village. That's out the top of the rock out there, on that hole up there. That's where the original hidden village was.
And is there a ruin there?
Aye. They just transferred the name down to this one. Because there's nothing up there. Not only you need to be one of the archaeologists now to find.
Right. It's just a few
You
trees
just want to see me stumbling and trying to get up that hill to go and look at a pile of stones.
Get up there trying to come down.
And you're trying to get down and come down my ear, down my backside.
There's nothing up there. You see, they're only pen up for sheep there, but they took away all the bits and pieces that belonged to it.
So that was the original, one of the original villages up there then.
That's why it was hidden. You weren't fit to get there. We no coast road,
Yeah.
as you know. Therefore, you coming from Cumber overhead, you said you come from there. Hillsborough, it was.
Hillsborough, County Down. It's the right county.
No offence to it.
I know it was down there, so it was. So he wouldn't have got here. We had the road still not here. He would have had to walk, and he's not good at this job, I tell you.
Colin
So
informed us when we came here that Ballymena men were banned, apparently. So we were
So
told to
Hillsborough
leave.
man now as well, by the sounds of it.
Oh dear.
Just as a matter of interest, how do you feel about people camping up here in tents?
Totally against it.
Totally against it.
Yes,
What about myself?
definitely not.
Definitely.
A road, not never back.
We adhere to a very strict, my channel primarily is about wildcamp. It's called Frozen Mist Wild Camping Ireland. And it's a bit of camping out in the wilds, and it's gear reviews, that sort of thing. But we also, what we try and do is highlight the people who litter and try and expose them and publicly shame them, the ones who go around cutting down trees, wrecking things, and they're throwing their litter about. We try to film them, and then we put the video up and we try and shame them. Expose them. Yeah. Exactly. So when you go up here, I mean, I didn't see one piece of litter up here at all, apart from the bottle threw out over the hedge. No, but I haven't seen any litter up here. So people certainly
Your litter that's through for your hedge is the fishermen.
Yeah, they would be culprits, wouldn't they?
They are culprits.
Yeah. Everything goes into the sea and gets washed up on the shore.
When they're on this upper side, they just throw everything above and they're taking their day out onto the road.
Yeah.
Right.
So they do. And they get down below, they just cut the fences and do anything at all. Take posts out of them to do the cooking and everything they do everything under the sun. But suppose they're used to their old Hillsborough man.
Listen, it's a pleasure. Look, thank you very much for that. There, a pleasure chat. It was really good chatting to you. And yourselves. It's nice to have met you.
Yes, and you.
Where are you from?
We're from Ballymena.
We're bored now.
I'm
Then
trying to hide it now,
we're bored.
But interesting, I would have a real passion for anybody or anything to do with the whole litter, trying to combat the litter problem, and it's particularly bad. I'm the supervisor up in Botanic in Belfast.
Oh, right.
The volume of rubbish that we get through that park is just ridiculous. And it's so much so that we can't even recycle what comes through. And I mean, it should be recycled in theory. But we're averaging at the minute. We're averaging 3 deep builder skips a week.
Just on roadside rubbish?
No, in the park, rubbish in the park.
Bloody hell.
Thousands of people coming in and using it. I mean, it's a green space, don't get me wrong, it's there to be used.
You'll probably find there'll be more this time because of lockdown. Nobody's going away on holidays. They're all staying at home and they're all staycationing and they're all going about throwing their crap everywhere.
Totally, yeah. Jill and I, we were in Switzerland a few years back and we were amazed. We watched a group of kids one time in an open space having a picnic, and every single kid put their rubbish in a bag and tied a knot in it and took it home with them again. Took it on the bus and away.
See, it's all probably taught when they're this high here.
Different mindset.
To respect other people's property and other people's land and whatnot, and respect the countryside,
Your dogs is a problem.
Dogs off leads, I would say, but a big problem with sheep.
Off leads.
Yeah.
Dog fowl.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
If you're down along the London there, you'll see where the boys picked it up and they throw the bag and all the way there.
They hang the wee bag up on the tree.
And hang it up, and the boys hang it up in the fence, hang it up in your gate. Stick it into the hedge here and there. You can bag as well as dog stuff. The dog stuff won't disappear with the bags in.
No, that's right. True. Yeah.
And they're all from Haldon.
Well, certainly wasn't expecting that. What absolutely... Oh, that was me. We'll try again. What absolutely beautiful people. Really are the salt of the earth. Hillsborough folk would need to take a page out of their book, I'll tell you. Such generosity of spirit. I mean, I go up there to the Lost Village for a bit of a look around, or the hidden village rather, Galboly. And not only do I meet Donnell from the Glens of Antrim Historical Society, who's also their editor, who gave me a wee bit of an insight into the clachan, as it's known, the small hamlet, the hidden village, in other words. And yes, thank you, Sinead, as well, for getting in contact with John and for getting in contact with Liam, the owner. And what a character he is, and such a character. Thank you all very much for participating. I really appreciate it. My next wild camp will be my first one of the new year, of this 2021, as lockdown starts to ease. So as Liam made it clear there, we're not welcome. But I think I'll maybe have to slip him a few quid. Listen, thanks very much for watching. Look after yourselves. Look after each other. God bless. And I'll see you on the next one. All the best.